How can someone find peace in a storm? I'm talking about the storm that is happening in your life right now, your storm. When everything in your life seems to turn upside down, when nothing is going in your favor, when all the bills are due at once, and when the landlord came knocking on your door because you cannot afford to pay the rent. I'm talking about when you get the doctor's report and it is negative, it is not in your favor. How, and to make matters worse, there is no food on the table. How do you handle such situation? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to find peace in a storm. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. On this channel, I talk about faith and self-development. If that is something that you like, then please join the family. Please like, please share, and please subscribe to my channel. How can you find peace in a chaotic situation? That is the question. When you look around you, everything is just upside down. How do you find peace? You're miserable, you're hungry, things is out of your control. How do you find peace? The first order of things in finding peace is acknowledgement. Acknowledge the things that you can control, and the things that you cannot control, that is out of your control, give them to God. The Bible say, can worrying adhere to your life? Absolutely not. Worrying is not going to make your life better. It actually is going to make your life worse. Now, for example, you can find a job. You can write the resume and you can find a job. You can work. God gave us power to get wealth. But if you are just going to sit down and expect that things are just going to happen, just fall into your lap, then you can think again. It's not going to happen. The Bible said, seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be open unto you. So you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to do. God already done his part. He already provide that job for you. But you have to get up and you have to go get it. You have to go seek for it. Some of us want God to do everything for us, just drop things in our laps like that. We have a part to play. God do his part. We have our part to play. Faith without work is dead. So don't sit down in agony and believe that things is just going to magically happen to you. No, you have to do your part. Stop waste time worrying. The time you take to worry, you will start praying. So that is something that you can control by going out and getting yourself a job. Once you have control over the things that you can control, then you will start to find peace. Peace will slowly creep in because now you can provide for your family. Now you can put food on the table. Now you can pay for your rent. All those things, you start to find peace. Now once you start to find peace within, now it is you will take it a foot further. And when you take it a foot further, you will start letting go of the things that you cannot control and give them to God. Give those things to God. Once you give those things to God, it's up to you to have faith. Have faith in God that he is going to work out the negative doctor's report. He's going to turn it around for you, for your good, in favor of you. So no, there's no need to sit down and worry about it. Give it to God. Only God have the power to do so, to change that report around. God is in control. And you will automatically find peace. When you surrender your problems, the things that you cannot control, to God, you will automatically find peace by giving God control. I want to say this to you though. Not because you give God control, that doesn't mean that things is going to work out in your favor. This is God we're talking about. God sees what is best for you. God knows what is best for you. And God is going to do what is best for you. It might not be what you want, but it is what God sees that is best for you and what God knows that is best for you. So you have to trust God in the storm. You have to trust God that regardless of what He decides, you have peace with it. You have to find peace with whatever God decided. You cannot force God to do things. God is going to do things based on what He sees best. And the next thing is, get out of God's way. Get out of God's way. You want God to do something for you, get out of His way. Some of us claim that we give God control over our life. We give God control over the things that is happening in our life. Yet still we hold on. We hold on because we want to have control. We want to know how things is going. We want to know how fast it's going to happen. We just want to know. We can't wait. We have no patience. So we want to be in control. So we don't fully let go of things. You're standing in God's way. You're standing in God's way. You're standing in your miracle. You're standing in your blessing. Why? God cannot work with you in His way. How do you expect God to work with you standing in His way, like looking over God's shoulder, like, okay, God, you need to hurry up. Okay, I don't really like that. No, it's not what you like. It's what God knows is best. So get out of God's way. How about Moses? Get out of God's way and trust God. Look at Moses. Moses had to trust God. Moses was going into to talk with the Pharaoh. Remember, Moses wasn't the best person. Pharaoh and Moses is actually running for his life from Pharaoh. And he had to go back there. Oh my goodness. Imagine you are running for your life away from someone, and then God called you and said, you have to go back to that person. But Moses had to trust God, that God is going to protect him. God is going to cover him. God is going to go with him. It's the same way. Even if Moses had to listen and do exactly what God said, even if it looks stupid, even if it looks foolish, Moses, when the children of Israel, when they came to the Red Sea, there was a sea in front of them, and then there was Pharaoh's army behind them. In that moment, it would be easy to panic in a moment like that, in a situation like that. But Moses trusts God. He listened to God. He let God handle the situation. And what did God tell him to do? He stretched out his rod. God parted the sea. He had to listen. It looks stupid. It looks foolish. But he did it anyway. Just remember, the power wasn't in the rod. The power was in Moses' obedience. You have to be obedient. You have to surrender. You have to let God be God. The same thing with Noah. Building a ark, there is no rain. People laughing at him, people mock him. It was just horrible. But he had to trust God. You have to trust God even when things look foolish. Because it's not about how things look, it's what about God said. In order to find peace, you have to get rid of pride and shame. Because you might be too prideful, so you don't want to listen. You want to do things your way. No. In order to find peace in your life, you have to let go of pride and shame. And then we have acceptance. You have to accept that God is in control regardless of whatever situation you are in. Again, we want to have control over everything at times. And when we don't get control over everything, we are just so miserable. And that is where there is no peace within you because of you. You cause yourself to not having peace. You have to let God be in control of situation. If you want to be in control at all the time, you may never find peace because things is not always going to go the way that you want them to go. And you have to make peace with that. You have to realize that, you know what, this is out of my control, but I'm going to make peace with it. And that's how you find peace in the storm. Seek support. There is no shame in seeking support. If you are in a situation where you need help, seek support. Don't be ashamed. God put each and every one of us on this earth to help each other. So don't be ashamed. For example, if you need to get food from your local church or the food bank, go and get it. Don't let pride stand in the way. Don't let shame stand in the way. God said that He will provide for you. He didn't say how He's going to provide for you. He didn't say through who He's going to provide for you. He said He is going to provide for you. So let God provide for you. So you need to humble yourself and accept support and help from others. And that's how you will find peace in the storm. Finding peace in the storm is letting go of things that you cannot control. Work on things that you can control so that you can cultivate order in your life. The things that you cannot control, pray about it, leave it to God. It's in your hands, God. I cannot do anything about the situation. It is in your hand. Whatever you will, dear Father, let it be done. That's what you have to do. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you can find some form of comfort in this video. And remember that whenever time there's a storm in your life, the first order of things is to acknowledge what you can control, what you cannot control, work on what you can control, and leave the rest to God.